Supplements. So what are they? So supplements are described online as products that are taken orally to supplement a diet with nutrients that may be missing. So to some idiots, this translates as a shortcut for people who don't eat properly, i.e. lazy fuckers. It was apparently worth $180 billion in 2023. The majority of supplements are unregulated, meaning it's a free-for-all, which is hilarious because the majority of them are absolute dog shit. There's probably a supplement out there with dog shit in it, for example. You could probably also sell a bottle of piss and say it'll enhance performance, probably. I'll take you back to one of my very first videos I ever made. It was about the nutrition pyramid. I think it's received a total of 6 views so far. It was basically a hierarchy of importance created by people much smarter than I'll ever be. Eric Helms, Andrea Valdez and Andy Morgan. It explains the steps on how people should prioritise their focus when it comes to their nutrition. There's been many different variations of this made, but they're all similar in one way or another. The Eric Helms one is the OG though. There's videos in a specific book on them that you can find on Google and YouTube. Here's what they look like. What you see from the screenshot of the pyramid is supplements are at the tip top, meaning they aren't that important compared to all other levels. But some people start with the supplements on the bottom, which is a bit like shitting your pants and then changing your shirt. You're not exactly addressing the issue that will solve the problem. You can't really have a McDonald's every day or constantly in a surplus, knowingly or unknowingly, and then say, well, I have this green tea extract and this elderberry powder that will help boost my metabolism and then I'll lose weight. Or stop short of saying you are what you eat when it comes to consuming food, as people have success in eating in bizarre ways that other people will be like, what the fuck are you doing? But the point will always remain, if you're eating a diet full of unprocessed food, you'll likely feel like shit. And no amount of supplements will offset that. What this all really means is you simply can't supplement a bad diet. That's not me bashing supplements. I use them. They're also popular in other cultures for healing and things. But I'm just talking about them from a purely nutrition and training point of view. If you have all other things in place, like with your nutrition, your lifestyle, then you maybe consider supplements. If you're just starting out with nutrition and training, maybe give it a miss for now and save money for your food shop, prioritising single ingredient foods. Despite supplements promising many benefits like fat burning and spot reducing and faster metabolism, insane weight loss, what you'll find with them is, much like most of the fitness industry, if they sound too good to be true, it usually is. The only way you're going to change your body is with hard work, determination and consistency, amongst other things. All things you have to learn to do yourself, or you get a coach to help you. So here's a few generic ones that I recommend. I'm recommending them because I take them, but also they've been studied with positive results. Before we start, all your vitamins and minerals should be coming from your food, or most of them anyway. Nobody really tracks their vitamins and minerals, do they? Unless for a very specific reason, or some professional has told them to. Also, these aren't to specifically target anything. This is just for overall general health. If you think you need a specific supplement, speak to your GP. So a multivitamin shouldn't need much explanation, simply help reach your vitamin targets. You don't need a multivitamin if you eat a large variety of fruit and veg. Many people simply don't know. And again, not many people track their vitamin intake unless it's for a specific reason. You don't take a multivitamin to make sure you're getting your vitamins and minerals in. It should just be used as an insurance or a fail-safe in my opinion. The next one is vitamin D, which is usually covered when you take a multivitamin anyway. Scotland is famous for not getting much sun. We've probably had our worst summer up here in a long time. It's mid-August right now and it looks like a fucking storm outside. So supplementing it is ideal if you live here or anywhere with poor sunlight exposure. Depending on where you live will depend on how much you need, but a vitamin supplement may just simply help consistently keep to the ideal levels. It's associated with improved moods, reduces risk of bone loss and fractures, improves bone health, potentially improves fat loss and strength, things like that. The most studied supplement out there. This is associated with increased strength by increasing glycogen storage capacity, simply making you look bigger, which we all want. It increases tolerance to training load and improves recovery from short intensity efforts and recently discovered cognitive benefits. So it's ideal for weightlifting, but it's now also recommended for people who don't even exercise. Just the everyday average person could benefit from it. One that I'm a big fan of is electrolytes. People sweat and dehydrate more than they think, even if they don't train. Just because you're not pissing with sweat from your forehead doesn't mean you're not dehydrated. It simply can help you stay hydrated and keep you feeling fuller. It's something which I think people massively underestimate when trying to lose weight. Whey protein. People argue whether this is actually a supplement because it's just the leftovers from the process of creating cheese, so it's technically a food, but in powder form. A lot of people struggle to ingest their protein target, i.e. basically eating it. So whey protein helps hit their targets. Also, a lot of people simply struggle to eat enough protein, so again, helps with that. It's also one of the cheapest sources of protein that you can buy. It's associated with building and preserving muscle, recovery, cell regeneration, all the good stuff. I also did an amazingly performing video of about 4 or 5 views of protein a while back. It was one of my first videos to explain the benefits of protein. There are different types and flavours for all different palates, but we'll cover this in another video soon. We'll get onto recommended amounts later on. Fish oils, these are associated with improvement in depression symptoms, help facilitate weight loss potentially, may improve strength and size in elderly and support general health. Again, all of the good stuff. Caffeine, I don't overly depend on caffeine. I now use it at specific times of the day. Many people do depend on it. I personally think it should be used at specific times of the day for a specific reason. But I think you walk a tightrope if you depend on it. The more you use it, the less you feel the effects, to the point it can cause anxiety and also affect sleep. When I used to take it a lot, I felt my anxiety that I got from it then affected my sleep, so it was kind of a vicious circle. Obviously caffeine's used for training. I don't use it for that now. It obviously helps if you're tired, if you're needing to get through the rest of your day, or you're needing to be a bit more intense in front of your laptop, for example. Tropics or focus supplements, it's not something I personally use, but this gives you the benefit of caffeine without it affecting your sleep. So this can just be used for periods of intense focus, like in front of your laptop again, or if you're at the gym later on at night, but it won't affect your sleep like caffeine does. Another one I use is cyclic dextrin, which is basically a carbohydrate powder. I use it simply for fuel in the gym. I used to use dextrose and maltodextrin in the gym in the past, but cyclic dextrin simply absorbs in your body quicker, which is why it's more favourable when exercising. The other two I mentioned before can cause bloating and things like that. There's others out there that I've missed that people advocate, and I'm not against any others. I just like to keep things simple. I've also not added recommendations on serving sizes yet, as I think that'll be for another video. This one is likely going to be a fucking monster already. If you want a quick answer though, use Google or examine.com, or use the serving sizes that are on the label of whatever you buy, because you won't go far wrong with them. You should always look to get whatever you think you're missing from food, if it's possible, before supplements. That being said though, some things you'll only be able to get from supplements. Things like that you can do your own research on and come to your own conclusions. Again, examine.com is a very good website for researching supplements. One supplement that is completely overlooked, and it is without doubt the best supplement that trumps all of the above, and that is sleep. It's also free as well. Everyone does it. It is literally a non-negotiable. Everyone has to sleep. It's one of the few things that we have to do on a daily basis at some point. Some non-negotiables daily we have to do is go to the toilet, eat and sleep. And there's arguably a few others in there, but the above are absolutes. It still blows my fucking mind people don't address their sleep. It literally will make or break their day. We know we must sleep for recovery. Everything is a little bit better after a sleep. We'll do a separate video on sleep as well, but to touch on it briefly, sleeping on an argument or stress or problems, sleeping on a big decision or an angry email you want to send, all of those scenarios are much easier to deal with after a sleep. Also recovery from a tough day or your injury or your exercising, you name it. Again, before even considering a supplement, it's best to get your sleep in order. Like your diet, having an extremely shit sleep schedule but thinking you can take a supplement to address this is like taking a shit in your trousers and changing your shirt. You've not addressed the fucking issue, which is you. There's better things you can do, like getting an eye mask, having a cool room, less phone time before bed, having a bath or shower before you go to bed, blue light blockers, read a book, listen to absolute shit on the internet that some people talk. All will make a quantifiable difference to your sleep hygiene. There's obviously some issues might actually impact sleep, like having a kid or night shift, but for the most part, people can sleep better. They just choose not to address it. To finish up, the slight issue with supplements is that the effects of them aren't that obvious. They're kind of a slow burner. You don't take a multivitamin and think, right, I am ready to fucking shag everything. For this reason, I think it's easy to forget to take them. It's when you consistently take them, you'll then reap the benefits. But people don't know. What I do think is apparent though is when you take them and you stop for whatever reason, you'll start to feel lethargic, a bit more moody, a bit more drowsy. You just simply need to keep on top of them. So to wrap up, don't depend on supplements. You're simply better spending your money on food before them. Some idiots spend hundreds, thousands of pounds a month and year on supplements, when that money would be better off spending it on whole foods. I've done it before, by the way. Even before I was constantly in the gym, I was buying supplements. According to the pyramid, it only equates to about 5 to 10% of the whole picture of nutrition. But 5 to 10% can be a lot for people who have perfected their diet. So only consider this if you have everything else nailed. The supplement industry is a bit like the Botox surgery industry. People focus on the wrong things and want to change the wrong things. They focus on surgery before maybe things like exercising and mindset or their sleep hygiene, or they don't compare themselves to themselves. They compare themselves to fucking idiots on Instagram. The majority of supplements are absolutely useless. Do your own research and check if what you're taking will actually benefit you. Also check to see if it's actually been studied using websites such as examine.com. Most likely people you follow will talk about how amazing supplement brands are, who they're probably endorsed by, which is simply just marketing life. Just be aware they likely won't be as good as what people make out. They just want your money. Simply be skeptical and question everything. You can't supplement a bad diet. Focus on your nutrition and training and sleep before even considering them. That's us done. See you in the next video.